Hello, this is a cone, a stainless steel cone that came out of a vacuum pump. And this is actually, if you notice, there's a scale buildup right here. Mostly of it's calcium carbonate. We are going to try to clean this for Armstrong Pump and Service in Alabama. And the scale buildup is on, of course, this side, and a lot of it on this side. Inside the cone, it's not that bad. We're going to use a product called Descale 518 today, and the reason being is because the Descale 518 is actually safe on stainless steel. So what we're going to do, we're going to submerge it, we're going to wrap it around the chain, go ahead and drop it down in here. We're going to have a low circulation going on inside the tote container itself. This is the pump that we're going to do the circulation with. We're actually coming out of the tote container, actually where the cone is going to be placed into. We're coming out with a 2-inch line, and actually it's going to be circulated back into the tote container with a 1-inch. And what this is, we're going to go ahead and turn it on. And as you can see, we have a circulation going through here. And so what we're going to do, we're going to be circulating, and we're going to be dropping this cone into here. As you can see, we got the cone over the tote container, and the pump is going, it's out of the circulation. We're going to drop it down, completely submerged. As you can see, it's completely submerged. You're going to see some foaming activity. And if you look at the clock, it's actually 2 o'clock. So we're going to be probably running it for about maybe 30 minutes or so. And after 30 minutes, we're going to bring it up and see what it looks like. We might have to circulate a little bit longer because there's other ingredients in there besides calcium carbonate, but it will dissolve it. This is after 30 minutes. As you can see the clock, and you see how shiny it is. It's getting it clean. If you notice, I don't know if you can see it, but right here, the scale that's left is actually separating it, and it's slowly dissolving. With the thickness of this scale, it might take about an hour and a half to get rid of this. On the inside, I don't know, see how clean it is in the inside. If you look down here, it's starting to eat away on the cone. It is starting to separate, the scale is starting to separate. That means it's dissolving. So what we're going to do, we're going to just go ahead and put it in there for about another hour and let it circulate and see what it looks like. But so far, it's looking clean. It's getting this scale off. This looks pretty nasty down here on the bottom. And but we'll go ahead and soak it some more. Okay, this is after an hour and a half. If you notice, the scale is gone from here, but if you look down here, we still have some in place. It will dissolve all of this scale. I mean, thick as this was, it's going to take some time. Now, one thing good about this product, the Descale 518, is it's not going to hurt this cone. It's not going to hurt the metal. It's not going to pit. It's not going to etch. It's not going to do anything to it. Now, if you look on here on the bad side, it is slowly dissolving this. If you notice, there's more than calcium carbonate that's inside of here. You might have some silica. You might have some barium. You might have some calcium sulfate. But it will eventually, it's going to start dissolving that. But you can tell by the different layers and the different colors, you have something in here besides calcium carbonate. So what we're going to do, we're just going to drop this down in here, and this eventually will dissolve. It just takes a little bit longer because the thick as it was and the different type of layers here. As you can see, it's almost 4:30. We're going to stop for today. And We have let it circulate since 2 o'clock, so that's almost 2.5 hours. This side is gone. It's got, if you can see down here, and look down here, there's a little bit of scale left. Right here, there's some right there in the pocket. And on the other side, where you can look down, it's clean inside, which it wasn't really that dirty inside. Now, on this right here, as you can see, it's dissolving right here, and there was scale up here. So what we're going to do, we're going to just let it saturate tonight without circulating it. And in the morning, we'll take a look at it, and we'll turn the pump back on, and either overnight it's going to soften that up or dissolve all of it, and if not, we'll do circulation back on it and we'll get rid of that. But that is slowly coming off. It's pretty tough scale, but it is working. And like I say, once again, it's safe on your metal. It's not going to hurt your stainless steel. We actually took this out around 8:30, although the clock says 11. We took it out around 8:30, just to lift it up, let it dry and everything. And as you can see on the outside and inside of here, it's all clean. Inside in here in the cavities, even up there, it's all clean. If you look down, it's cleaner. And if you look on this side, it's clean. This is the foam right here that's left on it. And it looks like it's all clean. Now I did notice, and this is probably why y'all couldn't use this cone anymore, some scrape metals right here. Looks like it's been scarred by something, rubbing against something. And so I think this did a real good job. To me, it looks, you know, almost like brand new. And so I hope you guys are satisfied with this. And I want to actually pay a special thanks to Jamie Smith for giving us an opportunity to clean this cone. And we really enjoyed doing it. And we're going to be working on the other piece of machinery that you sent to us. But anyway, so thank you for the opportunity, Jamie. Appreciate it. What we have here looks like an end piece on a Nash vacuum pump, and we are going to dip this in the solution, the same solution that we dipped the stainless steel cone in. I checked the pH on this product this morning, and it was a 0.78, so it's still good, and I want to use the same product on this right here. What I want to try to do is actually, of course, you can see the scale buildup. The calcium buildup here, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's in here inside the housing part. But what I like to try to do, if you see this iron oxide or the rust, I like to try to knock that rust off and kind of make it shiny right here in these parts. So as you look down here, of course, you got some rust and you got the scale buildup, and this area, so it's not too heavily scale buildup. It's pretty much more rust. It looks like it's just been sitting outside for a long time, but I am kind of curious how we're going to do on this rust. Okay, we just pulled this out. If you notice, it got all the calcium out. If you notice under here, it's got it out. I see some spots right here, but we have not washed this down with water yet. And right here is actually what it is. It could be some oil, and it could be just mud. And we're going to rinse it off this in the morning, get all this up off, and it get rid of all the calcium. But looks like you got some oil right here. And we are going to actually rinse that off. We're going to leave it sitting here overnight and see if we can get that off. This is completely clean right here. That has no calcium in there whatsoever on the bottom. So especially like on the bottom, if you notice right here, it is clean. We have some dirt right here, as you can see. That looks like oil right here, and we're going to wash that off tomorrow. But other than that, it looks like got it pretty clean. And this is clean right here, no calcium whatsoever, and it got the rust off, and I'm pleased with that. And like I say, there's some like grease spots in here, and so we need to look at that. If you can tell, there's also some oil and grease in here, and so we'll wash that out tomorrow. So, but as far as it looks like the rust that was on here and on the bottom of here, that's gone. But what we're seeing here is the leftover oil, and but other than that, it looks pretty good. So